Let's come back onto Ian R.Crane. Now, Ian, of course, stalwart campaigner for many, many years. He ran the Alternative View conferences each year, but a lot of people aren't aware that prior to that he was speaking on a regular basis, public speaking. He has done so much over the years to encourage people to try to understand the world they're living in. To a degree. Now, the last thing that he did, of course, and the thing that he became quite well known for was as the man in the field. So let's just have a brief listen or watch of one of his live streams from the field.
Well, good morning. This is Ian R.Crane. It's the morning of Friday, the 9th of February, 2018. Or if you prefer, I believe it's day 1886, frack-free in the UK since the moratorium was lifted on Thursday, not Friday, Thursday, the 13th of December 2012. And I'm back here in the southwest of England and have been here for a week catching up on some other stuff and some research. And it's a wonderful morning. All the clouds are natural this morning. It's a beautiful sunrise and the bird song is just glorious.
And that really sums him up a lot, because no matter how bad things got, he always kept a joviality about him. He was brilliant for this. Now, of course, one of the things, a long-time anti-fracking campaigner, he approached me in, I think it was late 2013, and asked if I would help him produce a number of programs for streaming out on the internet. One of those became Fracking Nightmare, and from 2013 until 2018, pretty much almost every week he was back in, no matter where he was in the country, he was back in the studio to record Fracking Nightmare. The fracking campaign owes Ian Crane a lot. Now, so let's just look at another short piece of video here. Now, this is from David Ellison. Thank you very much for this, David. And Ian is speaking in the pub after they won the court case which Quadrilla was attempting to bring, which would have forced fracking campaigners into a protest pen in a field behind a hedge rather than on the road, blocking the machinery trying to get into the frack site. So just have a listen to this.
Today, though, you've actually kind of put yourself in the firing line as well. I mean, when you stood up in court today and put this case forward, the judge made it quite clear that you would be eligible for any costs and such like as well. I'd be there, you know, looking at costs and things. How does that affect you? When you're told something like that? I mean, it's quite scary, really, isn't it?
Well, potentially, but I had the same situation, ironically, I think it is exactly 3 years ago, when we challenged the IGAS attempt to evict the camp from Barton Moss. And there we did have legal representation, and I'm, again, recognising the contribution that Lindsay Johnson made, and Lee Day, who commissioned Lindsay. He did an absolutely outstanding job. Although we lost the hearing, he was successful in getting an appeal, and the appeal date was set for July. So the bottom line was that the camp was left unmolested for the whole duration of the Barton Moss campaign.
Result?
Another result. And then in East Yorkshire, I challenged Raffin Energy. In fact, I was trying to get their eviction hearing moved from London to Hull. That was rejected, and the judge did award costs on me, against me. And I think it's now sort of fairly common knowledge that Raffin pursued me for 18 months before they managed to get me in court. And then, I won't bore you with all the details, but after 7 court hearings, well, let's put it this way, Raffin, as far as Raffin are concerned, I'm bankrupt. So the bottom line is that on the basis that I'm bankrupt, you know, Quadrilla would have been chasing blood out of a proverbial stone. So in making me bankrupt, you know, the industry have effectively created a situation where I don't have anything to lose, so I can contest anything and everything.
And he did at every opportunity. David Ellison just mentioned this to me as just before we came on air, so I thought it was really appropriate. The general may have gone, but Ian's army march on relentless. Ian woke a large number of people up to what's happening and encouraged them to stand up against it. His work within the anti-fracking campaign played a large part in its success, and I would echo that. David, what are your thoughts?
Well, like you, I'll miss him. Larger than life character, a lightness and a drive and a passion that is inspirational, and his work, which will go on, was tremendous. I mean, he did so much, and he carried some movements when there was very little sign of resistance being mounted. And he got messages out, and he built mass protests, not single-handed, but his contribution was immense.
Absolutely. And Vanessa, you got any thoughts?
No, I mean, just the same, really. Just a large. I mean, I only met him a few times, but what a powerhouse, and what a complete dedication to whatever cause he picked up, and an inspiration to anyone that worked with him. A tremendous guy, and he'll be greatly missed, but I'm sure he's in a better place than we are right now.
Well, that may well be the case, but as David said, his legacy will continue. The Alternative View conferences will continue, and there is a team of people working on that, on this year's Alternative View conference, and they absolutely have the UK column's 100% support. So that is going to happen this year, and we look forward to it. Let's head over to Syria then, Vanessa.